think one of the biggest issue in the Black community is the school system. And this is why CRT is such a big thing in the news today. Because if we realize that in order to change what we're talking about, we have to start with the younger generation. There's no other way. And I'm not going to say there's no other way because nothing is definitive. For me, I believe we have to start with the younger generation. The issue is when you start teaching the younger generation about what's happening and they're understanding the truth, they have a tendency to tend to bend towards justice. Therefore, starting with the youngest is where we need to begin. Build schools, teach our curriculums. We have everyone on this panel spoke a wealth of knowledge. We can have school systems that incorporate things like that within it, on top of meeting the regular standard education that we have to meet in America. And I think this is where we're missing it. If our young boys and girls understand what's really happening around them, that fire would spark under their ass. And then the war that we're talking about, all the things that we want to change, they will be the one to do it. It won't be me and it won't be you. It has to be them. And it starts with school.
Can I respond? When I had said when we protect our women, we all know women are our first teachers. So that would trickle down to education as well, because if we're doing right by our women, our kids are being taught well and they're being taught the right things. So that goes back to my point of protecting the women.
But that's also assuming that the women have that knowledge. There's so many of us out there that's not that conscious that we're talking about. There's so many of us that don't know who we are. So if I don't know who I am, how can I teach my children? If I don't know what the real fight and the real struggle is, even though it's being broadcasted, because I'd rather be doing something else than pay attention to what's really going on in current events, right? Because I think we fall short in that area too.
Would you like to respond to that, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I basically think like she's right 100%, but like I think when I say protect, that also means when you're giving your woman knowledge, you're also protecting her because you're allowing her to better prepare herself for any types of obstacles or what to prepare her children for in the world. So I think when I say protect, I also mean that's our duty to give knowledge to our women, and that entails protecting them once we do that. So it's kind of like we're kind of agreeing with each other. It's just different ways of saying it.